Good morning, Singapore. It's Glenn and the Flying Dutchman. Andre and Shaun are here, and today being Therapy Tuesday, we have the one and only Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Jerry.
Morning.
Okay,
nice to have you with us again.
Always nice to have you, Jerry. So, Andre tells me that today we're going to talk about anger.
Yes, Glenn's main problem.
Yes. And I heard about the road rage that Glenn always has.
Yes. No, yes.
No
Yes.
lah.
I used to have. I used to have.
His wife told me. His wife told me everything about his road rage. How he will shout at people from inside his car. He'll wind down the window, and then she has to hide and dive underneath, and he'll be shouting and. You look at him. He's not even saying no. Look at him. He's not
One
even
day,
defending
Jerry,
himself.
one day we all go out for makan, right? I'll invite the wife, then you can just have a talk with her and find out a little bit more.
Marriage therapy.
What kind of therapy to do on you is
Electroshock.
Electroshock.
I think
Since you can't treat me, you can.
We all do recognize that Glenn needs some form of therapy somewhere.
Well, I did ask Jerry about conflict of interest, so you can treat me through my wife.
Oh dear, you're giving her more work to do. She's gonna be so upset with you.
Okay, so why are we talking about anger issues today?
Well, I thought it was interesting because a lot of people were talking about anger management, and in truth, a lot of our emotions are a bit more volatile these days. So, we were talking about the phase 2 fatigue, and one of the huge signs was this irritability that people are starting to notice within themselves and in the people around them.
Yeah. I know. It is beginning to show a wee bit with me for sure. I am more irritable.
Yep.
Little things spark me now.
Yep. But there are different types of anger. So I was teasing on Andre last night and say all of you can dress as the angry birds. Do you remember that?
Yes.
No?
It's so fun. I used to play that all the time.
Do you remember the characters in the show though? In the movie?
Oh,
so
the
not
movie.
Yeah.
I've not watched the movie, though.
I haven't watched the movie.
I can't remember their names. Oh wait, they are just colors: red, eagle, the yellow one,
Uh-huh.
the black one, the big black one that drops bombs, the white one, the blue one that multiplies.
That's on the game, Shaun.
No, they in the movie they do the same thing.
Oh yeah?
That's how they travel from island to island. Big slingshot.
What do they call the green the monsters?
The pigs.
Oh, the
They're
pigs.
pigs.
Yeah, that's right. They're pigs. Okay,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
So,
Okay.
So which color do you think you are?
Wow.
Oh, just color. That's easy one.
Okay,
Glenn
wait.
is definitely red.
So black, red, white, or green.
The characters in Angry Birds, so it's more relatable.
Okay.
Okay, so would you like to tell us which character means what? Which color means what character?
I think I'm red.
After.
No,
Red.
he must choose. Yeah,
I take
say
red.
Glenn is red.
I take red. I feel a connection to that red.
Okay.
FD?
FD is the black one.
I would say that I would generally say red, but I am heading towards black.
There. See, can't make up his mind. Say lah, either red or black.
No, I am generally red, but I feel I'm heading in the direction of black.
There, now you're
Because
pissing me off now. No?
Yes.
There, the red.
Now I'm getting angry now.
See who's angry now.
Pick one
I
color,
explain who I
FD.
am.
Your poor wife got to live with you. Pick one color.
Pick white lah, since you're white.
Oh yeah, there's a white one as well.
Sean was telling us the different
Probably.
colors already, so yeah.
Yeah.
Probably black.
Okay,
Probably.
so FD says black. Okay, let's say FD says black. Okay, so black, and then you guys hurry up.
Okay, I'm definitely a white. Very pure. That's just me.
Okay, and then Sean,
liar.
Yellow.
yellow. Sean is yellow. Okay.
So the different characters in the show itself, right? The red is the one that is angry all the time.
Correct.
Yes.
It's Glenn. Absolutely. All the time he's angry. From the time he walks into the studio to the time he leaves.
Correct. The
Oh
same.
no.
That's not
And
true.
the yellow one is called Chuck. Chuck is the one that is very high strung, and that causes him to be very tense and just
Oh,
buzz around.
is that true?
A little bit, but for different reasons, for many reasons. Yeah. I
And
need a
then
massage.
the black one he's called Bomb because you don't know when you will spark him off, and then he gives this huge explosion, and then he just stops and he becomes really mild all over again.
Hey, actually, that is so true, you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
of FD.
That's true.
That-
Because he will take it, he will
Very
take it,
true.
he will tahan, he will absorb, and then after that, one day he'll just blow.
Yeah.
Boom.
That is so me. Wow.
And then the white one is the reformed Angry Bird. She is called Matilda.
She,
Oh, hello, darling.
I have no problems being a girl. I'm very in touch with my feminine side.
Yep. And the one that you were saying, the blues.
Yeah.
So the one that goes in 3 different directions is when your anger disperses and goes in all the different directions.
oh, so that's worse lah. That's the worst
No.
color then.
No, so that's a little fun thing just to start the day. But the colors were quite interesting.
What color are you, Jerry? I want to know.
I am black.
Oh, okay.
Tahan and don't get me angry.
We are talking to Dr. Geraldine Tan today about anger and whether it's true that, because we are in this whole COVID-19 situation, people are getting a little angrier these days. I mean, we see it on the news all the time, right? People are fighting here, there, everywhere. So maybe we should check in with the police, the neighborhood police, see whether, they are getting more complaints of people fighting within the neighborhood during this very trying time.
Yep.
In the meantime, here are the Divinals with I Touch Myself on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. Yeah, we see all the fights, all right, like Mothership
Yeah.
on Mothership and all.
We've got a lot of coffee shop fights also.
Yeah, coffee shop has been bad because I think a lot more people are just hanging out there because they don't have to go home early because of work. So they come out, they drink, and then boom. Then people are drinking faster
Yeah.
because of the restriction on time.
Yeah.
And
You know,
also
they-
earlier.
Yes, they start early.
Start early.
That's why the fights are.
But I don't
being-
understand these people. These people who are fighting, and sometimes we see them close up because, someone is filming them,
Yeah.
right? It's not like they're teenagers or whatever.
No.
They're old.
Oh, old.
There are no teenagers fighting.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
oh my goodness, this is like, these situations bring back memories of when we were in secondary school. You go to Far East Plaza, you look at someone and someone is like accusing you of staring and all that.
Wow.
And these are like two apes accusing each other of staring at each other. It's like,
Yes.
what's up,
But
man?
these two Apits, their lives have been interrupted so badly by COVID-19.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
These Apits live, breathe, and the coffee shop is their
But
life.
FD, we've been there, when we were younger and who we are now, we have mellowed so much. And people do mellow. They're supposed to mellow as they mature.
That is true.
These guys were punching each other.
Or at least they were trying to punch each other.
Not really. I mean, you look at the teens, right? The teens, when they fight in larger groups. They have the power of numbers. So the very fact that they cannot gather, they don't have that ability to fight in larger numbers. But it's nice to explore, or rather we should explore why these Apits fight. And not only Apits lah, I think all genders lah.
Generally, I mean, the last one I watched, I remember in Geylang. Did you guys watch the last fight in Geylang where the lady was the one who kept trying to kick the other guy, and this big guy was trying to stop them, and they.
That's cute. I like watching ladies kick men.
Lady could
I think
flying
it's quite entertaining.
She was quite aggressive, and she just kept going at it. I was like, wow.
I take the side of the woman.
Wow.
There's nothing better than seeing a girl kick a man.
Unless you're on the receiving end.
That's why
I will never be on the receiving end.
he's trained.
It's true.
Why would any girl want to kick me?
True also.
Look at his face.
Jerry is like shaking her head, going, "What?"
today Glenn is in a very naughty mood, like a very little boy naughty mood.
He's always like this, Jerry.
Really?
I'm even worse.
Yeah.
Right.
He's very
you should-
well behaved when you are here. I don't know
Yeah.
what
No.
you are talking about. He's good.
This is good already.
Oh dear. Anyways, why the updates fight, right? Why don't all of you think about it and find, okay, I must put it out there first, then you know why I'm doing this. I always say that anger is a weird emotion. It's a very special emotion. And what we see that is manifesting as anger usually hides other emotions.
Insecurities.
Insecurities. Andre had an opportunity to think last night because he got the question. I know, cheater bug.
Cheetah
No,
bug.
wait, hold
Cheetah
on.
bug.
Wait, hold on.
I like that. Cheetah bug.
Is that
Nice
right though?
school.
I just said insecurities because I feel that insecurities is the one thing that brings out our anger.
Jealousy also.
But I didn't think about it though.
I'm sure you did, lah.
Don't make me angry.
I'm sure.
Jealousy, yep. Let's see if you can come up with 10 different emotions.
Someone's WhatsApp is open, I think. Someone's WhatsApp is open.
It's either Jerry's or yours.
Yeah, someone needs to turn off their WhatsApp. That's a WhatsApp sound.
Alert.
What's
It's-
No, that's the
Whose
special,
phone is not on silent?
It's an alert on your computer, I think.
Whose computer?
I think Jerry.
I hope it's not mine.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Doesn't
It's okay.
bother me. It's fine.
Once
Okay,
in a while.
okay.
Bothers. What do you call Andre? Be careful, you'll get angry, Jerry.
He's insecure about sound.
I'll become a white bird then,
the white one is
Oh,
reformed.
white one is a good one.
Reform.
And it's funny how it's the female that's reformed. Right? You say it's a girl bird. It's a female bird.
In the show, she leads the meditation classes and the yoga classes. I don't know why it's a gender thing, but anyways.
Because do you feel that ladies are calmer than men or men are calmer than ladies? What's your take on it, Jerry?
After being in this profession for so many years, I'm sitting in the middle. I've seen women who are calm. I've seen them really very, very volatile and nasty, and for men, same thing. So very difficult to say.
I wouldn't say there's you could say one gender is different from the other. I think even how we deal with anger, one person to another, is different. Some people express it. Some people are verbally express it. Others physically express it. Some people hold it inside and just let it boil like a slow cooker. Everybody handles it differently.
That's true. That's true. So how we express sometimes is dependent on what is the emotion that is fueling it. So I'm going to up the level a little bit. You're going to tell me the emotion and
Yep.
you're going to give me an example of it.
Oh.
I have to do homework. Boy. Wait,
Okay.
I must take my workbook. We got 30 seconds to go back on that.
Suddenly everybody looks so hardworking.
I'm just writing this down because of what we're talking about, and later I'm gonna have to sing a song. So I'm gonna sing "Shout" by Tears for Fears.
Ooh.
Shout.
Shout, shout, let it all out.
Interesting that you do that, because I find one of my triggers for anger is sheer frustration. I can't get something done. I can't get someone to understand what I am feeling or thinking. When I come back, I'll tell you how I deal with that.
Okay.
Okay, birthday girl.
Pink. Get the party started right here on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching us live on Facebook. We are live both on Glenn the Flying Dutchman's Facebook page as well as the 1FM Facebook page. And our guest for this morning, of course, is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room, because it's Therapy Tuesday. Morning, Jerry.
And the boys are having their therapy.
Yes, love it.
Okay, so my trigger for anger, one of my triggers is frustration. When I can't get them to understand something, or I can't get them to do something, or things just don't work out the way I thought they were going to. I get incredibly frustrated. That leads to anger. And it's interesting that Glenn said he's going to sing the song "Shout," because that's what I do.
You let it all out.
I go into before I had my office area, I would go into the bathroom and I would shout. But the odd thing about me is I would not shout out loud. My mouth would be open, but I would be shouting in my mind. That's how I dealt with it.
I'm quite surprised, though, because I mean, you being the very staunch Catholic that you are,
Yes.
you know, I'm surprised you don't, you know, because I do this. I'm surprised you don't pray in the spirit when you are angry.
I pray when I'm angry
do?
because I am always, I'm always worried about how far I'll carry my reaction.
You
Okay,
don't.
So I pray to calm down.
Oh, okay. As in, like, by closing your eyes and being on your knees and...
FD, you know what? I've worked with you for 5 years. Your reaction will never get you in trouble. It's what you internalize that's going to damage you.
That's true. That's
Probably.
what I was talking about earlier on.
Yeah.
Which is a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just ask Jerry about that, right? Jerry,
Yeah.
I don't know whether you heard us talking about that or not, but, you know, I mean, people who get angry all the time and are stressed out all the time, it's going to affect their health, right?
He will implode. FD won't explode. He will implode.
Okay, let
So
Jerry...
he may not be wrong, Jerry. He may not be wrong.
Let Jerry talk. Jerry didn't even say anything yet.
But it's a lively conversation, and you picked up the three things that, you know, when we are angry, we usually do. One, we express it. Two, we suppress it. And three, we calm down, or we bring our levels down. So sometimes people say, but I just want to calm down. Now, if we skip steps, then it's not healthy either, because you might be suppressing. And you have said it, suppressing isn't quite a good thing, because you know, you might implode if you keep all that in the body. You have people that tell us that they cannot breathe because they keep all the anger in the chest and in the neck area, so they can't breathe. Some of them keep the anger in their tummies, so they have a lot of tummy aches, gastro problems. No doctor can find out what is wrong with them. You know, some they have the headaches, the literal migraine, you know, that wouldn't go away because all the tension is just kept there. So it's also interesting because if you know or you tune into your body, then you find out which part of your body you keep your emotions in. So pressing, not so great. But expressing also must be careful. If we explode and we are not mindful how we explode, it can cause a lot of damage. So we want to express it, but how we express it, then we can look at the different methods before we calm down.
Right. You know, I mean, I just want to share this, okay, with you guys, because I think a lot of you feel the same way, right? I mean, for me, it's a pain in the ass, no? But I try to be...
So that's where you keep all your stuff.
I mean, it's pain in the ass to do, to make it a point, right? And I used to do this very often before, like maybe 10 years ago. You know, I used to make it a point to go for a foot massage and a body massage once a week.
Wow.
Okay? And I stopped it for many, many years. All right? And I only just started doing it again because I started to feel like, you know, especially during this COVID period, right? I feel a little bit, I don't even know whether it's stress, but I don't feel as relaxed as I used to, you know? So going for this foot massage and body massage actually helps.
But it's temporary, the fix. Do you
Actually,
feel
it's
temporary?
not. You know, I think it's a really good thing because it gets your blood circulating, and I think that's very, very important. You know, like Jerry said earlier on, you know, someone who's stressed could have all these things that's bugging them. You know, maybe their neck, you know, the muscles in that area, you know, the trapezius, you know, maybe tense, and they get body aches and things like that. Going for a massage session, just for an hour, or body massage session, can actually help relieve that. And I was telling Andre also like meditation actually helps at the end of the day before going to bed. I mean, that works for me. So it's also discipline, because I mean it's so easy to just not do these things. But if you do these things, I think it will help you in the long run, right, Jerry?
Well, it depends. Everybody has different methods, right? So yours is very tactile. So you have that massage, and with physical contact. So sometimes a hug actually helps to kind of melt everything away. So you might be the touchy-feely, you need that hug sort of person.
Yeah, no, definitely, I am.
Do you
the
hug
more
your
hugs, the better.
Do you hug your masseuse? I'm just checking.
I don't think he'll like that.
Yeah.
He's not the huggy type.
Okay, I'm just checking. The answer is yes or no. Why are you guys so angry? You need therapy or?
But when I'm at home, I hug my wife quite a bit. I mean, she reminds me, because she's the huggy type as well. So she's like, "Come and hug me." I'm like, "Okay, I forgot to hug you today." But what do you call my doggy, Biscuit? He's also the huggy type.
Oh yeah.
Although he's a Jack Russell Terrier, he will come and sit next to me, and he loves being hugged. He's the kind where you hug him, he won't move. No, he just wants to be hugged.
Oh.
So when I hug him, I feel good as well. So for those of you who have pets, right, and you hug your pets, I think that helps as well. Yeah. Okay. I did see a red card just now.
Yes, and time.
Yes,
also.
you did.
Okay. The time is 8:21.
1FM time.
And we're back.
I have a fun, angry emotion. No,
Okay.
actually, it's not quite an emotion, but I like this one. When we are hungry, the feeling of hunger. And some people get very angry. So maybe the apics, right? It waited too long for the wonton mee or something.
Probably.
They were hangry.
Yep.
Angry.
So whoever the coin that is really, astute, we get really angry sometimes, you know. And you will notice some of these emotions when we lack something. So here we are hungry, so it's lacking food. Frustration, when FD was talking about lacking understanding. Yeah. And then for Glenn, is lacking touch.
True. No, that is true. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess it's interesting to see why we are angry, and to find out the source. The other thing is when we are bored, sometimes we can get quite angry. So sometimes, not sometimes, in this climate of COVID, I think we are all bored stiff. There's no fun, there's no adventure. The things that we do is routine. So initially in the whole circuit breaker, we created a routine and we stuck to it. But we stuck to it so well that now we are bored stiff. So people are getting upset. Like, I want to break out of this, just prison of the routine of the day.
Yeah. So that's why you see FD. I think he's finally had it. So he wants to come back to the studio already. So he had a big fight with our boss the other day. And finally my boss said, okay, I'm scared of you. So you can come back to the studio.
Right. I saw
So
it, I
well
saw it.
done, FD.
Wow.
It's good that you put the boss
Jerry,
in-
don't believe any of this. Jerry, don't believe any
Sometimes
of
FD, when you put the boss in in his place,
Yeah.
I respect you for that.
I don't want to be a part of that.
I'm not
at all.
envious,
I'm not
but-
saying anything, but well done.
it. Right.
So
okay.
FD will be back in the studio, hopefully by next week.
It's amazing the lies that come out on this show. It's just incredible.
No, I heard it from Andre.
Correct. And Shaun told me the same thing.
I don't know. I heard Andre tell me also.
Yes.
Sean wasn't even there.
Oh yeah.
See, so
Shaun
he
wasn't
admits
there.
to something.
Who told me?
I don't know. I came late
You, I think.
because
Nobody tells me anything, by the way.
That's
See,
true.
Jerry, I have to work with these people, Jerry.
I am feeling it for you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
it.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh dear. Hey.
Okay, so how do we fix this?
Okay, in 50
How do
seconds,
we
then we're going
how
back
do
on air.
we
50
how
seconds.
do
huh?
we
Go back
cope
for our last set.
with this anger? I think that's the question. A lot of people understand that frustration leads us to anger, boredom leads us to anger, blah blah blah. How do we cope?
What should we do?
what should we do? What some of the, I don't know.
We should go to Jerry's office and just lie
Yeah.
down on her couch.
Well, one of the ways is that way, expressing it appropriately and not reacting to it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's go on live and then we'll talk about that
I'll
again.
flip it when it's 10 seconds.
Oh, you'll flip it when it's 10 seconds. Okay.
Because I think that will be good. This will be
Yeah,
good for the
traffic
people
to-
who are listening to
rapid.
us.
Here we go.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
All right, usual delays across the expressways, the AYE towards the MCE, a vehicle broken down after Yuanqing. Look out for that. Be safe as you drive this morning.
1FM 91.3, it's Glenn and the Flying Dutchman. You don't see Andre because he just got angry and he just stormed off. But never mind. FD was just asking Jerry a question. Go ahead, FD.
Yeah, so how do we cope? We know frustration causes it. We know boredom causes it. We know the triggers. I think if anybody sat down and spent 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, you'll know what triggers your anger. But how do we cope with it? Expressing ourselves, you said, was one way, but doing it appropriately.
Correct.
So appropriately how? To you or to the person on the receiving end?
You do need to address sometimes, with the person that you're interfacing with, but don't do it immediately. So sometimes giving yourself some distance, sometimes giving yourself some time can help the situation. You do not need to address it immediately. So you realize that many of these situations where we are angry, right, it's not a life and death situation. But what we tend to do is we badger the person. So we escalate our volumes, our tones and everything. And, you excite the other person more, they're going to give it to you also. So that's when the fight kind of ensues, right? So giving yourself time, giving yourself distance. Just now you heard me say about the volume and the tone. So when we are angry, our tone gets a little bit higher. The frequency it becomes a bit sharper and it annoys the next person. So a very conscious effort just to bring down that tone, like how we are talking now,
Right.
and that can help just settle it a little bit. We're not getting rid of anger. So if anybody says that, oh, I don't want to be angry, I'm really sorry. Anger is part of that whole spectrum of emotions human beings have, but we can do certain things to moderate it. So the volume, so bringing down the volume. The louder you scream doesn't mean you get your point across. In fact, the softer you speak sometimes gets the point across even more effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, the language you use, right?
Sometimes you cannot control the language, but if you put, a bit of distance, you might be able to think about it. So you're not so active with the words. Yeah, but some people use the words quite deliberately. So, yeah, they need to be a little bit more mindful.
Right. But I think a huge motivation for people to stop getting angry, so much, I think to me, it's a health thing, right? Because I think many people they underestimate the mind, the heart and the mind connection, and all this is because of emotions, right? And anger, as we all know, is very, very disruptive to the system.
True.
And a person's well-being.
Yep.
And so if there's anything that anyone should take away from this session today is, if you want to be a healthier person, right, then try and control your anger. Because I think that's very, very important. For someone like me, I can say this right now, and I always feel like I need to tell people this, because I'm an extreme guy. I go for my physical checkups every single year, okay? And there have been occasions where I can tell movements in my results based on my emotional state.
Wow.
So it is very sensitive. Our bodies are extremely sensitive to how we live, the choices that we make, how angry we get, what we do to relax. It's very, very sensitive. Our bodies are very sensitive. So yeah, if there's one reason why you shouldn't get angry so much and you should control your emotions, it's because you want to be healthy. And we all do.
Yep.
I've got a question for Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry, I've always lived my life with this belief that life's too short.
Yep.
Life's just too short. Someone makes me angry and I go, life's too short. Someone does something that annoys me, life's too short. Is that internalizing?
Well, it is slowing down. And I love it that, FD always brings me to another point, because slowing down is another way that we can help ourselves. Life's too short to just react on the spot. Life is really about the things that you enjoy. So slow your pace down. So you want to bring that level of anger, tension down. Do it physically. Glenn gave us that insight of, just having the massage and the foot massage and everything, right? So slow down your footsteps. Slow down your breathing. So when you're angry, your breathing quickens, everything starts to tense, you start to buzz. So like the little yellow bird, right? He buzzed all the time. So we slow down our pace, literally. So if we slow down, we will take time to think about what is very important at that point in time. So when life is too short, I have other priorities in life. I have other things that I need to focus on, and I don't need to react to this particular encounter.
Okay.
That's fun. So yes, the other one is breathing.
Okay.
Right? Yes. So breathing. I know Shaun does breathing.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you take us for a breathing?
Oh, it will be very quiet then. Because we breathe in long, deep
You need
breaths.
to narrate lah.
Okay, no, I like breathing. Like when you breathe, I always tell people to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Take long, deep breaths and try to count in your head. So if you are trying to meditate and you don't know what to think about timing lah. So think about like 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, then change that to 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out. And then see how long you can go before you run out of breath.
I have another way. So I usually breathe in for like 6 seconds and then hold it for 1 minute.
1 minute, wow.
And then after that, breathe out for another 6 seconds and then hold it in for a minute.
Oh, that's a Navy SEAL training.
Wow, that's Navy SEAL breathing, man.
You really feel good after that. Really. So you do that for about maybe 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can hold your breath for like 30 seconds or for however long you can, or you can go breathe in for 8 seconds or 6 seconds, and then you kind of just hold it there for maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and then do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just being that in a place of mindfulness will help also. When
Yeah.
you hold
Somehow, I don't think that was the breathing Jerry was thinking about.
Oh, sorry. What breathing were you thinking about, Jerry?
Shaun took it quite nicely and started us quite nicely, and then I don't know what happened to Glenn.
He's a Navy SEAL, different.
I can hold my breath for about. I mean, other people can hold it for longer. I can hold my breath for about maybe close to 2 minutes.
That's very long.
1.5.
Very
That's amazing.
long.
Sometimes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do not try this at home.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Professional. Disclaimer.
Glenn is a professional.
Yeah.
Do not try that. It's very dangerous if you're not trained.
Hey, are you okay, Andre?
I'm good. I got something going on.
Okay, no, because he just held his breath for about 40 seconds.
why now you
I
cannot
saw
breathe.
him
You have to go and find his
almost
oxygen
like
tank now.
collapsing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's a lesson for you. Oh, I hope is he okay?
Adding on to the mindfulness, then what we can do when you breathe in is just to take note of the temperature. So like all of us are in aircon rooms right now, breathe in, feel the air being cold, and you exhale,
Okay.
feel the hot air coming out. If you're exhaling through your nose or mouth, feel that hot air coming out from you. So you really pay attention to all the details.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Glenn's gone to sleep. Oh, he's awake.
No.
Yep. Yeah, and I think just before I came on, I heard Glenn talking about someone being so angry until they drop dead. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think people drop dead, but it can cause physical sort of reaction. Your blood pressure can go up, and then the body breaks down. So that can happen. I mean, I asked Andre for permission yesterday, so I'm going to just throw this out. This Thursday, 10th of September, is actually World Suicide Prevention Day.
Yeah.
Those that feel really pushed to a corner and, are contemplating suicide, let us reach out to them also. So if they're listening in, hopefully it brings a smile to their face. I know the boys always bring the smile to my face. But also, the World Suicide Prevention Day also reminds all of us just to reach out to the next person and be kind to the next person.
Right. Maybe we should get some of the hotlines that people can call as well. And we'll highlight those numbers on Thursday.
On Thursday.
As well.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jerry, for joining us.
Always fun.
Worries. I had fun, and I don't know what happened to Glenn today, but he's being a little boy today.
It's him holding his breath for 2 minutes.
You haven't seen the real me yet, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I had fun. I'm going to leave all of you today.
All right. Thank you, Jerry.
Take care.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.